Imagine placing an artificial intelligence assistant right between yourself and your work. Not sitting beside you, not just acting as a handy little helper, but literally right in the center, wedged right between your mind and reality itself.
Would you even notice it was there? And if you did notice, what would actually happen to your thinking? Think about it. When the answers just instantly appear, perfectly formatted, effortlessly generated, do we just stop asking questions altogether? Well, today we're exploring one of the absolute most fascinating ideas, and it's hidden inside a truly unexpected book.
It's not a book about machines. It's definitely not some technical manual about software or coding. It's a book about something far more important. It's about how humans should think now that highly intelligent tools have arrived. In this explainer, we're taking a deep dive into The Intelligent Harness by Ravindra Nayak. He takes this surprisingly simple subject, wiring harnesses, and uses it to explore the profound depths of human responsibility in the age of AI. So, let's just get right into it.
Part 1. The tool is not the thinker. Navigating the illusion of intelligence.
There is this incredibly seductive trap that we're all kind of falling into right now, and that's treating a wildly powerful tool as if it's an authoritative thinker. But power and authority, well, as it turns out, they are completely different things. You see, an AI system is basically a tool that amplifies objectives, patterns, and biases. It magnifies us. It does not correct us. Just like a hammer doesn't build a house all by itself, a language model doesn't actually understand your work by itself. And because it just amplifies whatever we feed it, the human discipline of restraint, well, it's more urgent now than it has ever been.
We really have to navigate this dangerous illusion we've created. It's this belief that the machine decides. It gives an answer and we just blindly follow it. But reality demands that the human decides. Shifting your responsibility over to a machine, it's really just a trick of the mind. Accountability is something that simply cannot be delegated to an algorithm. At the end of the day, it always remains fundamentally human.
Part 2. Pattern is not proof. The sugar teacup.
To really wrap our heads around this, let's consider a really simple metaphor. Imagine you have 2 cups of tea in front of you. For 10 days in a row, the cup on the left has been perfectly sweet. So today, you walk up and you just choose the left cup without even tasting it first. You see, the pattern creates an expectation. You naturally just assume it's going to be sweet. But does that pattern actually prove the left cup is sweet today?
Well, no, it doesn't. A pattern is just an expectation. Proof, on the other hand, is reality. The absolute crucial insight here is that while a pattern can absolutely guide our expectations, it is not proof. Why? Because reality is always allowed to change. Expecting a sweet cup based on history is just guessing. It is not knowing.
And that brings us to this incredibly striking quote from the book. Confidence in wording is not proof of truth. It's honestly kind of scary how easily our minds are tricked. AI generates this beautiful, highly confident, polished language. We see all that confidence and our brain instantly just reads it as truth. We bow to the pattern. But we have to train ourselves to ask for actual evidence before we just make that pattern king.
Part 3. Questions matter more than answers. Arjun and Meera at the bench.
In the book, we're introduced to a student named Arjun. He's constantly rushing to AI for answers, basically terrified of falling behind if he doesn't know everything immediately. But his mentor, Meera, she teaches him something truly profound. She tells him that a good question is not noise, it is organized attention. You see, Arjun starts to realize that his habit of rushing for those quick, easy answers was actually just an escape from the super uncomfortable feeling of uncertainty. But confusion isn't a bad thing at all. It's really just unorganized light waiting for the right question to bring it into sharp focus.
The quality of the questions we ask literally changes everything. Think about a weak question, something like, "Hey, tell me everything about this." It's vague, right? It completely surrenders your human control straight to the machine. But a strong question? Something like, "What assumptions exist here?" Or "What exact information is missing?" That actively protects your judgment. It opens the right doors, instead of just letting the machine build the entire house blindfolded.
As Meera so calmly states in the story, a better answer begins before typing. The prompt itself isn't the clever part. The careful, truly intelligent part is your mind shaping the boundary, the purpose, and the constraints way before the tool even has a chance to respond. You have to shape the context. Because if you don't, the machine is just going to fill all those empty spaces with really confident-sounding noise.
Part 4. The 5-layer thinking model, a scaffold for human judgment. Let's walk through this sequential framework together, step by step. Step 1 is see. You have to actually observe reality and the hidden path before you do anything else. Step 2 is ask.
Now, this doesn't just mean typing a quick prompt. It means consciously, deliberately choosing the exact job you are assigning to the tool. Step 3 is structure. This is where you identify your missing facts and hidden assumptions. Step 4 is support. Here you use the tool, but strictly within those boundaries you just defined. And finally, step 5, verify. This is where you return to reality. Every single one of these layers acts as a shield, protecting you from becoming a lazy thinker.
The problem is, in our constantly rushed world, we almost always skip these steps. Think about it. If you skip structuring your thoughts, hidden assumptions just quietly sneak right into your work, completely disguised as solid facts. If you skip the verification stage, the AI's polished answers become your core belief way too soon. You're basically trading present comfort for future fragility.
And that brings us to the immense weight of that final step, verification. This is where the answer finally returns to reality. It happens through approved testing, qualified review, and real human accountability. An AI's output is never the finish line. It's honestly just the raw material for your thinking. Verification is the exact moment where your real learning and your real engineering actually begins. Part 5. The danger of speed. Why we must slow down.
Fast generation plus weak verification equals accelerated falsehood. Let that sink in. There is this deeply intoxicating seduction to rapid, completely unverified answers spreading at scale. AI can generate this beautifully formatted absolute certainty in a matter of seconds. But false certainty? That is the ultimate enemy of the truth.
When we give in to that need for speed, the consequences are genuinely severe. Rushed answers completely bypass reality. False certainty steps in and replaces deep, meaningful investigation. And honestly, worst of all, human responsibility just silently erodes away. When we skip the slow, deliberate steps of actual human judgment, it leads directly to systems that are brittle, incredibly dangerous, and entirely unaccountable.
As the book so powerfully reminds us, to become more powerful without becoming more responsible is not progress. Using AI isn't fundamentally a technical exercise at all. It's really an exercise in human character, in restraint, and in being brave enough to take total ownership of the final outcome.
So, the crucial takeaway here is this massive shift in our mindset. The mature question we should be asking isn't, can we automate this? That's the easy part. The real, profound question is, what should remain human? You see, whenever the cost of being wrong is really high, or the context is deeply rich and complex, the system is always going to require a human pilot.
Which leaves us asking, how do we actually avoid becoming lazy thinkers when answers are literally everywhere, available to us instantly? Well, true intelligence isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the courage to just hold on to uncertainty until the actual truth is found. It's about letting the question breathe.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to kind of carry with you today. If AI gave you an answer right now, what reality would confirm or reject it? You see, you are the intelligent harness. The tool absolutely expands your reach, but you and only you must supply the purpose. Thank you for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, stay responsible, and please never stop asking the right questions.